So Lindsey Graham died. And for some reason, I think I can take a guess at why, his younger sister has been appointed as the interim governor for Louisiana by South Carolina's governor. Sorry, not Louisiana. Why did I say Louisiana? Trash states anyway. South Carolina. Nepotism? I think this goes beyond nepotism. This is literally just like hereditary. This is literally just aristocracy. Lindsey took care of his little sister in years long departed. It is now my honor to ask his little sister, Darlene Graham, to finish his work for him now, the Republican governor said at a press conference. Jesus Christ. And like, again, it goes beyond nepotism here. It's just hereditary power. Darlene Graham. What a fucking name. Get on up there. Make it about you.
Now. And we are on the air because Governor McMaster is holding a press conference. He is set to announce who is going to fill South Carolina's vacant Senate seat. He is also going to reflect on the life and service of Senator Lindsey Graham. Let's take a live look now at the event, and you can see the governor is at the podium. Let's listen in live.
Why not?
In South Carolina, there'll be other celebrations and events.
So I feel I should probably make this clear. She has literally no political experience. She's not a politician in any way, shape, or form. It's literally just because she's crazy. She's like a crazy person. I mean, you would expect that from somebody affiliated with Lindsey Graham. But yeah, no, it's just hereditary. It's just patronage.
Of all kinds. But I and the family thank all of you for coming here today. We meet in sadness over the loss of one of South Carolina's greatest sons. Here we also gather together to celebrate what this self-described poor boy from a small town, rural town in South Carolina accomplished through grit, determination, and character for his state, for his country, and for his world. Lindsey Graham recognized the greatness of America and her obligations to a dangerous world. Lindsey Graham recognized the seriousness of his work, but also the value of humor and a lighthearted spirit.
Humor.
Lindsey Graham understood the hopes, dreams, and needs of his state and delivered for his state every time. President Alpha's famous or forgot. His little city spoke on.
Thank you, Governor, and just bear with me as I try to get through this. But first, I just want to say one thing I've never heard Lindsey described as is irresistible. So, okay, we'll just start with that. But first, I would like to thank everyone who has called and reached out over the past couple of days. I can't tell you how much it's meant to me and our family. I know Lindsey was loved and respected by many, and I greatly appreciate the memories and even the funny stories that have been shared.
Do you think Republicans in South Carolina will throw a fit about the position not being available to them? Nah, I mean, like, they understand the game here, I think. I don't think there's going to be much fuss about it.
He shared experiences along with our faith.
Was he actually gay? He was gay. There's like numerous gay escorts in DC and in South Carolina that for years have talked about having hooked up with him, yeah.
Have gotten us through these past 2 very difficult days. Next, I want to thank the governor for selecting me to serve the remainder of Lindsey's term. It is such an honor. Lindsey has always been there for me, and now I will be there for him. My brother was the most amazing person, outstanding leader, and just a genuinely good man. He was kind and considerate and loved by his family dearly. As I think everyone would agree, Lindsey worked harder than anyone. He worked nonstop to make our state, country, and world better. He loved his family and loved serving this state and our country.
I guess the proclivity for humor doesn't run in the family.
He dedicated his life to our country over the next several months. Just Lindsey would.
He called aid to Ukraine the cheapest killing we could have, genuine demon. Well, you should be... Don't tell me he's bad. I know he's bad. Go tell every Democrat who's written a tearful eulogy for him on Twitter over the past 24 hours. They swore her in just an hour ago.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take
how old is
this
Grassley
obligation
again?
freely,
92.
without any mental
92.
reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter, so help you God.
I do.
Nice. Weren't the founding fathers, like, really young? Yeah, because back in those days, there was some kind of, like... I don't want to suggest aristocrats were on average competence, but the founding fathers, by and large, were pretty bright people and pretty academically inclined. You know, that was back when there was an association between the aristocracy and some kind of academic performance. Much in the same way that back in the day, in order to be like a successful businessman, you actually had to do business, whereas nowadays you just have to convince investors to give you $6 billion and then default in the company they invested in. There's no longer like any upward pressure. Slave owners, though? Yes, they were slave owners. We're not talking about their ethical value. We're saying there was upward pressure. Not ethically, like in terms of competence. Yippee! Now they just get legacy admissions into Harvard and fuck goats to get into fraternities. They've probably always been doing that a little bit, but yeah, it's pretty much just that these days now, I imagine. God, he was such a freak.
So when we were faced with destruction as a nation after Pearl Harbor, fighting the Germans and the Japanese, we decided to end the war by bombing Hiroshima and Nagasaki with nuclear weapons. That was the right decision. Give Israel the bombs they need to end the war they can't afford to lose and work with them to minimize casualties.
Real question, how is it legal she's able to sign bills on behalf of people that didn't vote for her? Because she's been appointed as an interim senator. That's how it works. At least that's how it works in South Carolina. It's just, you know, usually when you're going to appoint an interim senator, you appoint, you know, a politician and not an unqualified family member of the person who just died.
I say this, why is it okay for America to drop 2 nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki to end their existential threat war? Why was it okay for us to do that? I thought it was okay. To Israel, do whatever you have to do to survive as a Jewish state. So when we...
Fascinating. Look up widow's succession. Yeah, the last time that happened was like 2021, and the lady who did it ran in a special election. There was no special election this time. It was just an appointment. Also, it's a fucking Senate seat, man. It's one of the most powerful positions there is. She might run again. I mean, who knows? What do you think should happen? A special election? His seat's up for election in November? Yeah. He was running again. They're having a primary to replace him? Yeah. We'll see if his sister keeps every election special in the U.S. Like in a short bus kind of way? Yeah, I get that.